Hey, yo, you too, truckers and trucker gals worldwide. It is your boy, your man, your royals, the often imitated, never duplicated, the one and only Enrique Prince, also known as Prince the Trucker. It is Saturday, January 4th, 2025, a little bit after 8 a.m. in the morning. I've been up ever since 4 o'clock. I'm currently at a shipper in Tucson, Arizona, waiting to be loaded, all checked in and all that. So while I had some time, I wanted to go ahead and drop a royal conversation on you guys here on the channel. But before I continue, I do want to say thank you to each and every one of y'all out there that are engaging with the content, viewing the videos, hitting that like button. You guys went ham on the last video I dropped, why I chose to be a OTR trucker in 2025. It is really appreciated. It's motivating to see that people are receptive to the content. They want to learn more. They want to know more. So if you're new here, thank you for being here. Hit that like button, drop a comment or a question, or just share your experience. I'm always happy to see what people are going through or experiencing. Brings me a lot of motivation to come up with new topics to talk about. If there's anything you want me to talk about, don't be afraid to share, you know what I'm saying? So before I get into the topic, I just wanted to thank you guys and tell you how much it really means that you guys are here and engaging in the content. So take a ride with me and we're gonna get into this real conversation. You dig? Let's go. All right, YouTube. Prince the Trucker here. As I stated in the beginning of the video, it is Saturday, January 4th. New Year's energy, 2025. We're in the 8 o'clock hour a.m. I've been up since 4 a.m. this morning, getting ready to start my day. Traveled about 200 miles from the truck stop to the shipper, all checked in, ready to get loaded. And thought I'd just sit back and have a real conversation with you guys. If you click the video, obviously you know the topic is, can we change the culture of trucking in 2025? Now, as I always say, I'm not here to be a trucking guru. I'm not here to say that I know everything. I'm not here to sell you a dream. But I'm more here to share, again, my experiences, my perspective, and just enrich your vision. You know, if you're looking to get into trucking in this new year, like I said, we want to keep that same energy, right? The people that are searching and researching the topic, whether you're thinking about getting your CDL, you already have your CDL, just got out of school, and you're looking to hit the road, you're going to see a lot of things out here. So one of the things that I was thinking about as I was driving is you always hear negative connotation when it comes to the trucking industry. You'll find a lot of people saying positive things, and you'll hear a bunch of people spewing negative things about the trucking industry, which I can respect both. You know, there's positives and negatives to anything you do in life, right? So, but my goal is to challenge and provoke the thought process of what are we doing to make our culture better? The ones that are embedded in this lifestyle, what can we do to make the trucking experience better for the newcomers and the OG drivers out here, you know what I'm saying? So basically I came up with 5 talking points that I feel like are important. So sit back, relax, let me know what you think about these topics. If you have any questions further after we discuss them, don't be afraid to ask down in the comment section below, or share your experiences and share your opinions, you know what I'm saying? I'm always looking forward to that. So let's get into this real conversation real quick. Now, my first talking point that Prince the Trucker feels like can help improve the culture of trucking in 2025 is pay and benefits. Now, this talking point is mainly aimed at the companies and the brokers that put drivers in these seats. You know, we all know pre-pandemic and during the pandemic, freight rates and pay for truck drivers was very respectable. Okay, you had people coming into the industry that never considered being a truck driver, a professional CDL holder, entering into the industry just because of the potential that you could make from holding this profession. Especially the owner-operators. I mean, they knew exactly how they were able to put the icing on the cake, if you will, prior to and during the pandemic. Ever since, I'd say about 2002, right, up until current date, it has just kind of been a drying well, and that greatly, in my opinion, affects the culture. These companies, these brokers, they know exactly, or maybe some of them don't, but a lot of them do know and should know what drivers like myself and yourself go through and sacrifice to be out here on the road. We take pride in our jobs, our careers, our businesses, and for them to dwindle the pay and the benefits of the drivers definitely affects the culture. I mean, we have new drivers coming into this industry in 2025, and we need to put a sense of appreciation and worth back into trucking. There's no better way than to prove that you care about your products, which should be the driver, opposed to the freight, just the freight that you're moving. Your entities, again, the driver, us, we're the ones moving it. We're the ones making sure that there are no accidents and incidents on the road dealing with civilian traffic. We're the ones that are making the company and the brokers look good every time we take pride in our job and showing up early or on time and making sure that there was no issues and all the paperwork is put together. That's a big part of the process. So I really feel like in order for the culture to change in trucking in the year 2025, that these companies and brokers need to incentivize and show more worth to us professional drivers. What do you guys think? All right, so the second point that I think is really going to improve the culture of trucking in the year 2025 is pointed back at us, the professional drivers, right? And that point being, we need to get back to helping our fellow trucker. If you are new to the field, you just got out of school, you're about to start with your first company, you'll see exactly what I'm saying. If you're an OG here watching this video, you pretty much already know what Prince the Trucker is saying right now. When you get out to them truck stops or those shippers where it's extremely packed and you only have a couple of spaces and you have to back or maybe make a certain maneuver, you'll be surprised in this day, in these times, how many people will just sit there and watch you struggle. I know I've done it in certain instances. I know people have watched me and seen me struggling, offered no help. But I can't say that as of recently. To be honest with you, getting back out on the road, I have been helped in certain instances. I was at a shipper in Florida and very busy, very tight spot at this produce plant that I was at. Real early in the morning, no sunlight. And long story short, the spot that I had to back into, I had trucks on the left and trucks on the right. There was a spot in the middle available, right? And it was very tight. And the part of my setup where you back up and you get underneath your trailer and your rig swings out in front of you, there was a curb on my driver's side near the tire. And I was very nervous about that. I didn't really have a lot of space to get under it. And I didn't want to make contact with the curb at all, right? Because I'm just getting back out here. And it was just very nerve-wracking. And before this particular delivery, I had been backing in perfectly. So some people on the yard noticed it. A brother ran up to my truck, said, "Hey man, they put you in one of the toughest spots here. I back into that spot all the time." So I seen you go back and forth probably about a good 5-6 times. I'm gonna spot you, bro. I'm gonna make sure you don't hit anything. So my setup was pretty good each time, but he was telling me that basically I had to hop the curb a little bit with my right steer tire. He's like, look, you're making the angle, it's a tight spot, but you kind of have to go over that curb in order to get that angle to where you can get under the trailer and cut back in. I know you don't want to do it. He's like, but trust me, you're not going to damage the truck or anything, but that's how you're going to get in there. So of course I was a little hesitant. I took things very cautiously, you know what I'm saying? But he was right. I was able to get my right tire over that curb and get into that spot. So if it wasn't for him offering his assistance, it would have took me a lot longer. And I probably would have been burning my clutch up out there, right? Like, but another instance just happened to me last night, as a matter of fact. I was at a shipper, and this was actually kind of funny. I could tell the guy was new. It was a Nigerian guy, and he came into the parking lot. Now, when I tell you we had like 5 spaces of trucks he could have parked, he tried to park right next to me, but he had about 5 trucks. Imagine 5 trucks to the left or right of you. That's how much space he had. I mean, it was plenty of space, but he couldn't seem to get his setup right. He wanted to park next to me, so he could have parked further to the left of me, right? But he wanted to park kind of next to me so that the other trucks that were coming in would have some space, like dominoes, right? And just file in. But he could not seem to get his turn right, his setup right, or his turn. So I hopped out the truck and I guided him, and I was, had him roll his window down. Sometimes I would tell him to turn his steering wheel to the right, he'd turn it left, and I had patience. I said, no, brother, do it this way, do it that way. And it took us about 3 or 4 pull-ups, but you can see him just being helped. He became more confident. And once he finally got in the spot, just big old smile, we dapped each other up, gave him the thumbs up, and got back in my truck. So when it was time for me to go get my paperwork and load it and all that, I probably saw him about 3 or 4 times while I was at the shipper. And every time I looked at him, he was just smiling, man. You could tell he really felt good as far as somebody just having his back and guiding him into the right spot, So that's what we need to get back to, man. It's little things like that that will definitely improve the culture in 2025 when it comes to trucking, because it's our job to take care of one another. We shouldn't be out here with our phones out waiting for somebody to hit something and put it on our TikTok. Like, come on, man. It starts with us. So if we don't want to be leaders and help our own kind, who can we help? So that's my second point, man, is just getting back to our fellow trucker. What do you guys think about that one, All right, so talking point number 3 that Prince the Trucker feels like is definitely going to help our culture of trucking in the year 2025 is taking care of our facilities and truck stops. I cannot tell you. Now, this isn't everybody. This isn't every truck stop. This isn't every facility. But y'all already know how we could be as human beings. Some people are just downright filthy, inconsiderate, and unprofessional. When you go to some of these truck stops, man, you'll see people leaving trash outside of their truck, piss bottles. The bathrooms got toilet paper all over the floor. The sinks got water all over the place. I mean, there's just really no excuse for us to not be able to take care of the facilities that are available to us and any type of rest or relief we can get off of the road. And not only that, but the shippers too. Your cleanliness and professionalism leaves a big impression on not only the shippers, the workers at these truck stops, but on who you are as a person. If you're throwing trash everywhere and just being a heathen, it's not a good look, man. And I don't understand for the life of me how, if you're doing that at these truck stops and or shippers, I can only imagine what your house, your car, or the inside of your rig looks like. You know, it's just ridiculous, man. It really is. And again, it's not everywhere. There are a lot of people out here that do things the right way, including myself. You know, you can't be that lazy, bro. Get out after a long, hard drive. You still have to set the tone for us being served the way that we want to be served. You want to be looked at as a professional, you've got to act like it, you know? So I think if we work on that, you know, just holding people accountable for keeping these truck stops clean and these shippers, that'll definitely be a positive push in changing the culture of trucking in the year 2025. Let me know what y'all think about that one. So we're wrapping up our last two talk points, and the fourth point that I think will help improve the culture of trucking in 2025 is showing more etiquette, patience, and professionalism when dealing with uncooperative truck stop workers and or shippers. Again, you guys will definitely experience this if you're new in the field. The OGs can relate for sure. You'll probably catch it more at the shippers than you will at the truck stops, but you will encounter it. I can guarantee it. There's been probably one shipper, I can be honest, and one truck stop since I've been back on the road where I've encountered that type of resistance from the worker or the shipper, and you could just tell that they're miserable. They don't enjoy their job. They probably deal with so many people, so many crazy situations, that it's just embedded in their mind to be a certain way. They have a certain wall up and a certain perception of the drivers. You know, some people are just downright ungrateful, and that's why I made it my fourth talking point, because I think the more that we show patience with those type of individuals, the more we give them a little bit more gratitude and respect, even if they're not giving you the best experience at the time. I feel like that leaves a lasting impression. You know, it goes to show that everyone isn't unappreciative when it comes to the drivers. You know, the shippers, they're the ones that get you in and out. They deal with your paperwork. They can really make it a piss poor experience for you, you know, if you give them any type of crap. They can have you sitting out there longer than need be. And when it comes to the truck stop workers, I mean, regardless of how you feel, they're there to pretty much service us and anything that we need. You know, they're serving us our food. They're checking us out at the counter. They're cleaning up after people in these showers when they get done so that you can go in and take a nice hot shower when you get off the road. So I think if we just show a little bit more patience and gratitude towards these people and practice not letting them get to you when you encounter those instances, it'll definitely make them realize that not every driver is ungrateful, you know what I mean? And things like that should definitely improve the culture of trucking going forward in 2025. You did? Now I'm gonna make this last talking point short and sweet, but before I get to that, I just want to say, if you made it to this point in the video, you are a real trooper. Make sure you hit that like button. Do not forget that. If you've resonated with any of the content, if you enjoy this type of content, these type of conversations, let me know by dropping a comment. Share your experiences and thoughts on any of these topics that we discussed. You know, I look forward to reading each and everybody's opinions and stories while I'm out here doing my thing. So don't hesitate, you know what I mean? And thank you for all of the support here on the channel. You guys have been great. Couldn't ask for anything more. But my last talking point is going to be taking pride in your appearance. You know, when you're out here on the road, you never know who's watching. And like I said, I like my Jordans, man. I like looking fly. I like looking fresh. That's just how I do things, how I've always done things. But the next time I hop off the truck, I'm definitely gonna get a couple of outfits that are catered more towards, you know, the field that I'm in. Might give me some nice little cowboy boots with some jeans and a button up, you know, you don't have to switch your whole style up if that's not what you want to do. But my main thing is take pride in how you look when you're out here. I see some people hopping out the truck with flip-flops and no socks and mismatched clothes, hair all over the place, looking like they finna go on a camping trip, man. You know what I'm saying? Again, if you want to be treated like a professional, you got to look the part as well. So take pride in how you look. Take pride in your appearance. You never know who you're going to run across. And I think all of these talking points in combination is just a start, right, to improving the culture of trucking in 2025. Again, thank y'all for watching. Let me know what you think. And I look forward to another video with y'all. It is the often imitated, never duplicated, the one and only Enrique Prince. Be safe out there. Make sure you stay locked on the mirrors. And I'll holler at you in the next one. You do understand that though, right? I'm out of here. Peace.